claims to be its own kind of currency, valid in its own realm, but when you actually try to spend it, it doesn't deliver. You hand over faith for protection, and kids are still harmed. You hand over faith for healing, and the sick still die. You hand over faith for justice, and oppression marches on. The bills look convincing. They've been circulating for centuries. People trade them in, pass them down, even hoard them. But when you test them against reality, even in the very reality they claim to govern, they collapse. If faith is a currency, it's not the yen to science's dollar. It's counterfeit. It looks real. It changes hands easily, but it can't buy what it promises. And the moment you demand proof of purchase, the illusion shatters. If faith were truly its own valid currency, then it should at least spend in the places it claims to matter most. And history has given us no shortage of moments to test that. Take the protection of children. Faith promises safety under God's watchful eye. Yet, generation after generation, we've uncovered systemic abuse inside the very institutions that claim divine authority and favor. The bills were handed over, but they did not buy protection. Or look at slavery. Hello. Faith didn't prevent it, and it certainly didn't abolish it. In fact, it provided the justifications, the sermons, the so called divine endorsements that kept human beings in chains. Faith provided the prescription. If faith were a valid currency, that was the moment for it to spend. Instead, it paid the oppressor's wages. And consider women in abusive homes. Faith was supposed to safeguard the sanctity of marriage, but what did it do? It preached submission, it counseled silence, and it kept women trapped in cycles of violence by calling endurance a virtue. Here again, when faith's currency should have bought safety and dignity, it purchased nothing. These weren't just fringe cases. These were the crises where faith should have proven its worth on its own terms: peace, justice, protection, and human flourishing. And each time, the bills bounced. Not only did faith fail to deliver, it was often complicit in the very harm it claimed to protect people from. The truth is, faith's currency doesn't just collapse under scrutiny, it collapsed under the weight of its own promises. So let's reframe the analogy one last time.